Hello viewers, good evening to one and all. The Pharma Duos welcome you to another episode in Pharma Duos Talks. Today also we are going to have a wonderful episode with a guest from industry. So today's episode will be focusing on the various documentation aspects in industry, validation and other aspects. So hope the viewers enjoy different aspects, how the documentation is done in the industry, what are the important parameters they follow in that. And we are going to also have a small presentation from the guest. So, with this note, I hand over to Dr. Satish for the opening remarks. Then we'll introduce the guest for the day. It's over to Dr. Satish.
Hello, good evening, viewers, and it's again a beautiful evening after the independence. Uh, August 15th, everybody might have celebrated the independence with all the uh, cheers. And today, we are facing a difficult situation in the medical health sector because you know that pandemic is spreading everywhere, and the government agencies are working hard enough to uh, possibly reduce the spread. And in this situation, this pharma industries are struggling a lot to develop new vaccines. Their R&D are working day and night to find out a suitable vaccine. And always this pharmacy professionals, they have a target to set right the health conditions, the difficulties arising to the society due to various pandemics and epidemics. And all those are to be monitored very carefully by the pharma industries. And without any short supply, they have to give the supply the uh, drugs to the market. And a lot of responsibilities are there for pharma industries. So in this direction, today's our episode is focusing on certain job aspects in pharma industry, particularly in the documentation sector, because developing a drug from the lab to the market involves a lot of difficult steps. In that, one among is the documentation. All the experiments, trials, whatever it may be carried out, all everything has to be documented properly and submitted to the regulatory authorities, and they have to give the approval for getting a drug entering into the market. So, in this aspect, the documentation team also have to work a lot, and they have to put up the files and the data in place exactly, and they have to give to the regulatory authorities. So in this direction today, I think we have a beautiful guest with us, and he's going to throw sort of light how this documentation team works, or how this uh, particular team is performing in industries uh, with the tough targets to meet out. And uh, this is an important thing that we have to think. Likewise, another direction from the student point of view, now many students are aspiring their pharma programs with an aim to enter into the pharma industry. The reason is the pharma industry is a booming industry. Each and every stage, it performs in a constant and sustained mode. Even in the recessions in 2010, the pharma industry had not affected a lot. And when the recent talk by the Prime Minister, also he quoted that India is going to the pharmacy for the world, whole world. So that indicates how strongly we are performing, the pharma industry is performing. So the students have a lot of who are completing their pharma programs have a lot of opportunities in the industry. So they should understand what are the domains in the industry they can enter. Depending upon their capabilities, depending upon their interest, they have to identify a suitable uh, domain in the pharma industry, and they have to enter into it. So for that, I think this episode will definitely help you, and it will guide you. With this note, I'm handing over back to Dr. Sharma Sundar.
Yeah, belated Independence Day wishes to all the viewers. And today's guest is going to be Mr. Srinivasa Rajagopalachari, who is working in an industry. You will give a self intro about the industry where he works and how he's having a vast experience in the industry. Actually, he was a student of B Farm from Wales College of Pharmacy because before the Wales University, uh, was in the name of Wales College of Pharmacy affiliated to Tamil Nadu MGR University. Those time, he was an old alumni of Wales, and from that on, he has studied a M.Pharm in pharmaceutical analysis in Wales, and currently is also pursuing his part-time PhD in Wales. So his all his UG, PG, and his doctorate, everything is from Wales, and he's a old alumni of Wales. And he's also having a very good vast experience in various industries. He was working in Bangalore, and now he's in some other place. So it's time to introduce our guest, and we'll get self-introduced from him, his own credentials. It's over to Dr.
Good evening, one and all.
Sorry for
Good evening, one and all. My name is Srinivasa Rajagopalachari, and people will call me as Chari only. And I am currently pursuing part-time PhD in Wales University. I am also a student of Wales only. B Pharmacy, M Pharmacy, everything is in Wales only. And with respect to company, I actually initially working in Orchid Healthcare, which is a research and development center in Sholinganallur. Now it's in Hospira. Now it's become Pfizer. Then I moved to Orchid Healthcare, which is a formulation company in Irungattukote. From Chennai, I moved to Bangalore, which is Syngene, which is a CRO company. I work for Baxter, Amgen, and big projects like Bristol Myers Squibb in analytical, computer system validation, quality control, and various investigations with respect to failure of drug products, drug substances. And currently, I am working on NATCO Pharmaceutical as quality assurance and IT compliance. With that detailed information, I can start my program. Before going to the program, recently most of the pharmaceutical companies got warning. Most of the pharmaceutical companies got warning letters, which leads to company closure and company lockdown. Not our lockdown. It's a compulsory lockdown, and you cannot sold your drug to market. Like a company which is called Apotex Bangalore, which is got import license. It means that in the pharmaceutical industry, import license means you cannot sold your own drug to their own nation. I mean FDA, Food and Drug Administration, Americans. So like this, many issues happen in the pharma companies few years back. That is because of the poor documentation. So my topic is based on good documentation practice in industry and data integrity. Can we move forward, sir?
No, it's before going to the topic, we have a brief discussion about your journey in B Farm, in M Farm, then PhD, then we'll move on to your thing with the presentation. So it's
Okay.
so let us start with your B Farm journey. Which year you started in Wales, and how was your
2000.
journey? Yeah.
Okay. 2003, when I joined in Wales, that is an MGR Medical University. That is the only building. They don't have that much big building, and they have Wales College of Pharmacy, a separate building. That's it. Followed by Arts and Science, and one more is Maritime. I got through counseling only, Tamil Nadu MGR Medical University. Then later, 2003 to 2007. 2007 PFARM project I did with the pharmacology with cyclophosphamide anti-cancer drug under the guidance of Shanmuga Rajan. And after 2007, again I worked in 1 year only one company which is called Tablet India, 2007 to 2008. Because the October and February batch will be different. For I think Shanmuga sir knows very well MGR Medical University. So in 2008, I joined in M Pharmacy, pharmaceutical analysis. Since I worked in 1 year industry in QC tablet India. Again, I joined in Wales since 2008. In 2009, I got the project worked with Shanmugha sir, and that project also I went and did in industry only, which is Orchid Sholinganallur. That was a very good experience actually. That is a career in industry. I can say that elaboration of industry starts from M Pharmacy only, not with respect to B Pharmacy. Then I moved to 2010. I joined again in Orchid formulation plant and I worked almost 3 years. Then after 2012, I got married. I married my cousin only. Later in 2016, actually I applied initially when I was there in Bangalore, Sinjana. I applied in university called uh, MS Ramaya College, PhD, part-time PhD. The principal, I think principal is my father's friend. It's called Madhavan, actually, Dr. Madhavan. But unfortunately, there are some rules and regulations. I got rejected in PhD since your industry candidates is very difficult, like that they told. Then I tried again in Wales. I got opportunity with Channu Sundaram sir. Thanks to him. Now I am almost published one paper. Now it's going to complete. That's what the journey is good in Wales. So almost almost I have 17 years of relationship with Wales.
So can you elaborate on your MFARM project? What you did in your ARCID?
So the project is which is called clopidogrel bisulfate, which is the related substance method, which is used for chiral purity, and all the isomers are cannot be separated in single method, and also it is reverse phase is very difficult. So I tried with normal the USP method. It's almost are biased CMS, which is the peak like isomer peak. It's a peak, but we cannot separate that. I developed a method and I followed by value using normal phase photography.
Okay, Jari. I'll invite Dr.
Later,
Satish
I
to interact.
handled so many projects in industry like recently HPLC. Okay.
Chari, I think again your net is having some issues. You can go out and get back in. That will be the better option.
There is some connectivity issue with your internet, so I think you can join again.
You can
once again.
go out and yeah.
By the meantime, we can discuss about the current situations with pharma industry, and I think Shanmu Sundaram sir have to say something about that.
Yeah, actually, a lot of industry things are having vaccination. Vaccination is a hot topic of any pharma company now, and all the pharma companies are trying their best actually to say to get the vaccines at the earliest to us, because not only in India, in all other countries also, the different pharma companies, they are working very hard to get the vaccinations to reach the people very fast, because they are trying with the different trials and other phase 1 and phase 2. Most of the companies have completed phase 2 trials and they're into the phase 3 trial actually. So if the phase 3 trial succeeds, the vaccination with corona will be, we can expect a very good vaccination. So in the meantime, again, Chari has rejoined, and we can have a discussion with Chari, then we'll go to the presentation with Chari.
Yeah. Can you say something about how you moved from B.Pharm to M.Pharm? Actually, you completed the B.Pharm in Wales College of Pharmacy. Then it was updated to Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University. And after that, you moved to M.Pharm in the same institution, I think. What is the basic reason why you decided to do the PG also in the same institution?
The thing is, first of all, nowadays without master degree we cannot survive. And the next thing is, many of my colleagues are selected through campus like Ranbaxy, CIPLA for medical representative, and even I also selected in after BPharm I worked in Tablet India. But when I joined in the industry, what they are handling people like without master degree, you are no more, like that they are treating, because If you want to develop yourself, getting knowledge into next level and other aspects and other development, you need to have your master degree. That is mandatory now. Nowadays, even master degree also is mandatory now. PhD, PDF, I don't know next what is there. So that is that is
Yeah,
the
really, continuing education, really, you have to take in that way. Continuing education is an order of the day. Whatever profession you select, whether you go for teaching or go for industry, R&D, documentation, whatever it may be, irrespective of the designation, continuing education is a lifelong process. We cannot stop. Once you enter into any profession, with a focus on that profession, you have to keep on reading, keep on learning, and you have to be updated with the new things. That becomes essential order of the day. That is what I think Chari is focusing on.
And one more thing, many of the guys who was worked in sales, they started doing this MBA pharmaceutical marketing. Other person started doing part-time pharmacy, which is there. I think Vinayaka Mission College. I think one college is there for part-time pharmacy. Even when people started doing after B pharmacy, part-time pharmacy also, many of the persons started doing when I was there in the company. That time itself, they told us,
I
which is
think
very good.
Chari, you are wrongly quoting. There is no M-Pharm part-time pharmacy. It is a regular practice only. But a part of the thing can be taken in industry. That means the project work can be conducted in the industry. In that way only, can be considered. And there is no such programs called part-time M-Pharm program. In pharmacy,
But
there is only, except B Pharm practice, none of the other courses are run in any institution as part-time. They are running in full-time only. That may be the people may not be rightly informed you. Okay, you proceed.
I think MS
So
in
I think we
pharmaceutical.
can start with the presentation of the documentation, because
Okay,
after the documentation, again we'll be continuing on the particular area.
Yeah,
You
okay,
can
sir.
that's good.
start with your PPT. Okay.
Can you all visible, sir?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah,
You can proceed. You can proceed.
Okay. This topic, why I choose is the introduction part is the data integrity is the main major things in industries recent days, and because of data integrity, so many companies has got locked down. Uh, so why GDP is required? So it's lead to severe consequence product safety concerns. uh, any issues is happen, it may go to the issues. And recently regulators is very very important. They have the authority to make action to the company, I mean the regulatory auditors. This is a most famous proverb used in the industry, like if you have not documented an activity, you have not done it. It means if you have not written anything as a practice, you have not done anything. It is not applicable to industry. It is applicable to even college and whatever happened, whatever we are writing, like records, notes, laboratory notebooks, and even in olden days, people started writing their own calculation at home, like what they are doing, expectation at home. So, according to data integrity and good documentation practice, the term they are saying as USFDA, they have maintained a guideline called data integrity, which shows about ALCOA. ALCOA means attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. Attributable means who did, legible means whether the document is legible, contemporaneous means on time, original means whether the record was written original from the data, accurate means is accurate. So the next term is audit trail. The audit trail is form of metadata, means many of the companies is using, like for example, if you are setting a temperature for 40 degrees Celsius in the HPLC column compartment, that 40 degrees should have some data, like 40 degree whether you are setting or not. So it has some data, like in industry so many softwares they are using, like Empower, Chromeleon, various industries with respect to equipments, instruments. That is what always they are saying, that 5W and 1H. It means who, what, when, why. It's called 5 Ys, and 1H is how. So the next thing is with respect to good documentation practice, whatever document we are doing that has to be archived, that should not be deleted or altered, because those documents they are submitting for the ANDA, which is abbreviated new drug applications, and R&D stabilities, other stability aspects. So which is used for storing the records like archive. All document must be archived. Next thing is attributable. Attributable is nothing but whether he is using a paper record or the electronic record like user ID, password. Nowadays, like in banking system, they have their internet banking and password. We are not sharing anything like that. Each and every software has their own electronic record, like electronic signatures, like user ID and password. Whether the chromatogram they have processed or someone processed, the traceability must be there. And predating or backdating means the electronic data, like for example, this is the time, today is 16th August 1920. So all the timings will be in railway time, and date based on their thing, date, month, because US will follow month first, date first, then year. Indian will follow date first, month first, later year. Nowadays, to avoid this, what they have started doing, 16 August instead of 08, AUG, like that they are saying, followed by 2020 the year. So predating, backdating. Backdating means today activity, like 15th August, yesterday you performed. Today you should writing 15/08/2020 and you should not sign. That is called breach of data integrity. And that is called backdating. Predating is nothing but today is 16th. For tomorrow purpose you are signing 17, means that is called predating. That should not be there. It is always called contemporaneous, which is on time or online. This is the FDA guideline. I will make a screenshot from the guideline. It shows that what do you mean by attributable? It means a person or a computer system which is attribute towards capturing the record. What do you mean by legible? Whether you have a permanent data, which have a traceable, we have evidence, anything like that. Contemporaneous means whether it is at the time of occurrence, what he has used, whether he has used paper record or electronic record, any logbook. Like for example, if you are pipetting 5 ml to 10 ml, you don't have a time, but you have to check with the GPS clock, which is there in your laboratory, and you have to note down the time, because of the based on time of preparation, you have the validity of the solution. Like some solution may be 48 hours, some solution may be 5 hours. So it depends. Original means the data first captured source of data and it must reconstruct the GXP activity. Accurate and complete, like which is complete, valid, reliable, whether all the data are correct, perfect, like that. Consistent means whether it is following sequence of events, like date and time stamp is there in electronic system. All the computer must be, which is called CSV in industry they are saying, which is computer system validation. So all the softwares, whether they are using CSV. Enduring means data backups, laboratory code seals, like that. Available, the data must be reviewed and audited at any point of time, whether it's an FDA audit, whether it's a TGA audit, whether it's an MHA audit, whether it's a customer audit. It has to be available at any time. If suppose a document is not available, it started searching more than 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it is having a benefit of doubt from the auditor, and the auditor may tell that you are breaching the GMP, and they can give warning letter to the company. So the next thing is all the data must be backup. That's what I already told, computer system validation. Prior to that, the electronic data which are generated in the system, all are software related. So it has some backup, like if suppose any disaster management happened, like Chennai 2015, some flood happened, anything can happen. So to avoid the disaster management, so the backup must be created in positive and proof safe, like fireproof cabinet and other thing must be there. Data governance, the sum total of parameter to ensure that data, irrespective of the format, which is recorded, processed, retained, and reviewed. It is called data governance policy from FDA. This is the term. Who is a data owner? A person or a team who is responsible for data generation and storage. The next thing. So I told the data integrity. So like Alcova, attributable, legible, continuous, accurate. So the next term is called effective date. Usually all the SOPs and whether it's an SOP, whether it's a testing procedure, any document must have an effective date, which is to be in the document, which is become ready for actual use. Like tomorrow onwards, some documents, that document must be signed today or tomorrow. It should not be like post dated and effective on before itself. That is not correct. Error. A mistake in the document that is observed for a document was printed or executed. Electronic signatures. The technology and controls, what I told already, established to use electronic signature within a computer system. GXP. This is actually GXP related to in industry. It may be good laboratory practice, good clinical practice, good documentation practice, good manufacturing practice, good distribution practice. All the GMP documents must be all in aspect of the quality of the drug substance or products which demonstrate to provide adherence to GMP standards, which is or any other applicable regulatory requirement as GMP documents. So hybrid document means in some other company they will use both electronic as well as paper. Like now currently I am working in the company has both the options. You can work in electronic, you can have that paper based system. In electronic document, paper system is very actually difficult. Nowadays they are using LIMS, which is called Laboratory Information Management System, which is whether you are weighing 5 gram means that 5 gram will go in the software. All the calculation has been done by the software. So it is 100% electronic system. Hybrid system means we have to do calculation manually, that weight and all, but the software has the evidence of data when you process, when you take and print out everything. So this is hybrid system. So and one more thing. So for example, if you are taking a weight like 8 mg or gram, you should mention an SI unit. It is the basic thing in the pharmaceutical industry, and even from class 6 onwards, I believe people should write SI units. Milligram means mg, gram means gram, kilogram means kg. That shows the main thing in the industry. So master control document, all those approved documents which are usually custodians of quality documentation. So in industry, usually that is called quality system. So all the documentation, whether it is provided by AR&D, whether it is provided by FR&D, whether it is provided by production, whether it is provided by engineering, whether it is provided by maintenance department, whether it is applicable to other department like warehouse or stores, all the validation, qualification, stability, master SOP must be controlled by a QA person, which is custodian of quality. And the difference between the paper-based and I will tell that. Paper-based data, this include recording format. You are using worksheets, logbooks, master Xerox, means master logbooks. These are related to paper-based data. And records consist of any data collected during an operation. A dynamic data, it's nothing but it is records in dynamic form, such as it's an electronic data. So no need to have your data, no need to take printout of chromatogram. It is all available in the software at any point of time. Everyone should have their own access. So a true copy, for example, a true copy is a copy of originating record of data. In industry, I think everyone knows that petrol bunk, they are using some paper which is called thermal paper. If you use that paper, thermal paper, that paper actually will print the amount within maximum half an hour or 1 hour. The amount what you have used, that will not be visible. So like that, many calibration document, many documents, many data will have us that thermal paper. They don't have evidence. Later, if they want to show to an auditor or inspectors, it is very difficult to retrieve the data what it is exactly. So what we will do, The data what is printed from the thermal paper, they will take the Xerox of the Xerox copy or photocopy, and they will give us some stamp like stamp true copy or this is a original copy like that. So in such a way that you are avoiding a data integrity here. Usually in pharmaceutical industry, all the documents should be prepared by, done by, performed by, analyzed by, sampled by, or calculated. That is called who. That is shows the W out of 5 W. This is one of the W. Who is responsible for doing which activity? And all the document must be verified by or checked by or reviewed by. It confirms the evidence of the person whether he has did or not. Whether witnessing is the witnessing for the other person, whether objective evidence like a person is did a mistake like 5 ml he has striked out and he has not documented 4 ml he has taken, but instead of 4 ml to 5 ml it has to be very documentation must be. They have to give some error code and the 4 ml of 5 ml the documented evidence, and the person who's the next person like peer laboratory reviewer must ensure and he has to strike out the counter side for the document. Reviewed by must be there in all the documents. That is what I mentioned. This is general manual or paper documentation. Usually all the document in the master copy shall have some X of Y. So how many pages? 1 of 20, 2 of 20. How many pages is there? And traceability of the document must be ensured. What are the numbers is there? What are the document is there? We have to find out. Record shall be completed when any action is taken in such a way that all victims considering SOP reference must be there in all the documents. That is called cross reference, they will say in industry. All documents should have sign and date that I told that. Who prepared, reviewed by, approved by. All the document must have an effective date. I already informed. And one more thing, if any changes you require in the documentation, it has to be through, that is called a procedure called change control procedure, CCM. It has through a change approval or revision, they have to do a documentation practice. So if suppose they don't know what happened when it is, and all the changes must be recorded in history of changes. It's called a history of changes. It has to be there in all the SOPs. The role of reviewer and approver in all the document must be defined in all the SOPs. Any uncontrolled document used in the company has been destroyed or should not have any uncontrolled document which leads to data integrity and scrapping, like paper strips is there, right? They should not use those documents kind of thing to record. And temporary recording practice must be there. Review of GMP documents. All the document must be accurate, correct, and shall be reviewed by someone who has performed the task and has proper knowledge. That is called in industry, I will say that qualification of analyst, qualification of chemist, like that they will tell. A person must be a qualified person, he has to be an experienced person, he should handle those procedures, practices when you is reviewing the document with respect to relevant instrument or equipment, whatever it is. All GMP documents shall be approved by quality assurance. That is for sure, because in India only quality assurance is a different unit like quality control and quality assurance. If we go for other foreign countries like US, UK, and in other countries, they usually tell that the quality assurance is not at all a department, because they don't want to have that. In India only, for example, you don't know, you don't wear helmet, no need to wear helmet, no need to wear seat belt, because you can pay a fine and you can do it. But in US and in the other countries, it's not like that. If they are not doing wearing helmet and all, they have to pay a price, like they have to give a fine. So from their GMP starts from traffic everywhere. In India, we have a bit of legals, everything is there. That is why all the FDA inspectors always want to be perfect. And one more thing, they want all the drugs should be perfect, purity, quality, safety, efficacy. They don't want to trouble their country peoples. That is why FDA audit is very strict compared to other audit, and MHRA audit from European is very strict. Next. Usually, the issuance of GMP documents shall be done by a QA person. Usually, a master copy should be there at the top of the bottom or top. It's based on their company's rules, base to base. And for example, master copy of paperless document like electronic document, all will do in PDF. They directly will do master copy stamps and all have the user ID password to access their own SOPs. It is duly signed by electronic sign. In paper system, they have to do stamping chapa, they will say in Hindi. So they have to do stamping followed by a control copy chapa to other department, and how many distribution it is given to all departments like that, they have some traceability. So next, you should not write a data overwriting is prohibited generally. Like people will write 5, they will make to 6. It shows that you are doing data integrity. 5 you are making 6, 7 we will make to 8, 1 we will make to 9. Like that, it's happening in industry. It shows that you are purposely doing data integrity, which is told the intention like that they will say. So many companies have the data integrity policy, which shows the termination of the employee. It is happening in many companies, even in Chennai also. If data has been erroneous structure of appropriate justification, like if you are missing a date, if you are writing a wrong date, means like you can write date and long sign and date like counter sign. And one more thing, all the company must follow ballpoint pen, because gel pen and other pen, whatever pen we are using, it is like fading. And one more thing, if any water applied, that's it, your data will not be there. And one more thing, pencil, erasable, and water soluble pens, it is not at all allowed in GMP environment, especially in company. And one more thing, this whitings, correction fluids, sticky notes, posters, is not at all allowed in GMP in all the companies. Nowadays, R&D also is doing audited by FDA, so they are not at all using these also. Date and time of completion activity shall be recorded in the predefined matter, when they did, at what time they did, like that. In case of printout generator system, means it has some different format. It has to be a standard format entering in the logbook. One more thing, like I told that SI units such as kg, gm, mg, c, other pressure, Pascal, it has to be entered. No ambiguity to a second person. Logbook shall be kept for major or critical analytic testing. It has every equipment or instrument used in the industry must have a logbook, and it has to be a date, like time, initiation of the time, and when it's going to complete. What is the activity? Like I am doing this paracetamol tablet IP HPLC, like that. Who did sign and date? How many batches? Like that has to be there. That is called logbook. It is the evidence for the person who did what, when did. And one more thing, the consumption of records for standards, solutions must be there in the company. Like pH calibration also has some logbook with respect to purpose, how much you are consuming, everything must be there. Data recording shall be done by trained and authorized person only. I told you before. And one more thing, numeric grounding practice and recording practice calculation shall not be there. All the calculation must perform in validated calculator or validated Excel sheet, or a validated a custom field by the softwares. If any observation is repeated, means the same shall be rewritten. Like in the synopsis, ditto and all we should not write like that. A ditto and all should not be allowed in the documentation. And one more thing, bracketing, like a person is doing different activities, like 5 ml pipetted, 10 ml pipetted, 15 ml pipetted, 3 linearity solutions prepared. Then you should not do like bracketing and sign. That is not at all allowed in the GMP environment. So no employee shall be permitted to sign for another member. Like that is called forgery. For example, if we are doing a check to bank, instead of my father sign, if I did my father's sign, that is a forgery, na? Like that only. No employee is permitted to sign for another person, staffs, unless authorized signature shall never be forged. Forgery is not at all allowed. And one more thing, loose papers, scratch papers is not allowed. And a blank or unused space in the document shall be struck with a single line or not applicable. Nowadays they are routing this Z. I will show in the next. If anything is there, like I will show in the next slide. Signing up GMP document. Some person will do that is called in industry. Employee specimen signature is the first SOP in all the industry where I worked. So in Tamil they will say it's a Jadagam, horoscope. So what they will do, they will do a sign of the person. That person should not change their sign for any activity. So it avoids the forgery. Handling of misentries. Any misentries, it has to be justified properly if any entry is missed in the logbook. So these are the errors usually pharmaceutical industry, like transcription error, typographic error, recording error, calculation error. So these are there, and basically in BMR, which is batch manufacturing record, analytical research and development, they are the laboratory notebook, analytical raw data. So this is happened. What happened? Yes, I could the year 15th year. So it has to be 16. So reason date has been wrongly entered. Like this, some justification must be there. So if suppose data entries, yeah. In case data entry is observed in electronic signature, a document shall be put in place. So missing documents. If any executed document or any document it missed means it is gone through a deviation. That is what I told 20 at the beginning of our journey. I can say an example of a company. I don't want to say the company name, which is an MNC company. It is located in Bangalore. What happened? They are using both paper system and paperless system. So an FDA inspector, he visited the company and he asked the document, I want this BMR document immediately, which is a batch manufacturing record, which is one of the drug which is using for a cancer drug. So what happened? 20 minutes he's waiting. He's awaiting. He's not getting the document. So what he did, he has not performed an audit further, and he told that you are following and you are breaching a GMP, and it leads to 483. Usually a 483 it's called the observations. Is a meaning called observation in FDA guideline. So observation is given, and later observation what he has given. 20 minutes I waited. I have not seen a document from the BMR from the department. So it leads to revisit the audit or leads to import license of the company. So that is called warning letter they have. So document missing is very issue in the GMP breach. We should not miss a single document in the industry. That's what I told storage and retrieval, how the storage is happening, retrieval happening, whether they are doing, how they are doing, like different sets they have, like retention period. Usually some validation documents, stability document and all, they will not tear and they will not shred. If they want to shred, what they will do, they will scan and they will keep some database, and what they happen with help of that some other third party they will shred, or some other company what they are doing their archival room separately, like one building they are keeping an archival person which is useful for the company. That's what I told. Restriction of GMP document. Any drafts SOP reference or recorded review purpose with the watermark draft can be destroyed, but the signs means signatures document should not be destroyed. And what happened? A label used for different process, like if you see some bags they are using for analyzing in R&D batch. What they have to deface with some eggs, they have to send to the scrap, because if anything happen, any drug and they are mixing and they are doing in as a malpractice in other places, scrapyard, it's a problem to the company and name. Usually this is called, they are saying error code. It is just for the, this is what I told. If any space is available, what they will do is that they will do, which is called, you should not do anything like that. This is totally stopped. So date shall be changed at midnight like 0. All will be at railway hours only. Date like that they will follow. Some companies follow date, month, August means AUG, year like that. General principle of document is design, prepare, review, proper distribution. So, this is a different types of document like batch records, specification, validation, qualification, calibration, standard procedure, room temperature or relative humidity records, stability summary report, machine logs. That is it means that instrument usage logbook, product and sample labels, analytical methods, manufacturing procedures, not limited to. So our documents, different types of document industry. These are the documents. So characters of good document I told attribute, authentic, clear, complete, current, legible, permanent. So some guidance documents GDP shows Schedule M of Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940, ISO 9000 and 2008, USFDA 24 CFR. That is called Code of Federation of Regulation Sections 21 CFR Part 11, 210 to 11. In Schedule M, this is the sentence they are saying. During process, the following information shall be recorded at the time each time is taken, and the record shall be dated and signed by the person responsible for the processing operations. Initial of the operator of different significant steps of production and where appropriate the person who checked each of these operations. So this has to be there in the Schedule M. We want people can check Schedule M. So generally, how are mistakes corrected? Correct writing error. So draw a line through the error, make the correction next to the error, write an explanation. Justification or explanation must be there in all the correction what we are doing in the corrections. Some tips in the GDP: concise, legible, accurate, and traceable. All must be online. Just called it has to be contemporary. Yes. Why are document standards important? This is in 21 CFR Part 11. In a GMP environment, documentation need to be meet certain requirements to ensure product quality and product safety. If an instruction or record is poorly documented, then the manufacturer or quality assurance control of a product can be negatively impacted, potentially reducing safety page. Patient safety. What they are saying, if quality is not there, it leads to patient safety of the drug. The drug is not safety like that they are thinking. This is the PICS, FDA, UA, all mandatory section on documentation. Information on when, where, who, why, and how to complete task, and evidence proving that the task has been completed as they should be. Consequently, the standard of documentation within a company can directly impact the level of success in manufacturing quality products that are safe as well as success during audit situations. So basics GDP means same initially what I told. So it has to be GMP process, quality, purity, strength, safety, efficacy. Documentation usually they will say documents or records. Records is nothing but evidence of compliance. Document is a procedural or instrumentation document, which is nothing but SOPs. Already I mentioned different types of document records. Again I mentioned batch records, bills of materials, policies, protocols. Nowadays, in all the company they are mentioning data integrity policy. Previously, quality policy is there. Now, data integrity policy, which is nothing but you should not do backdate, you should not do anything. You have to be an integral person, which shows that you are trustworthy to the FDA inspections or other inspections. Training assessments, forms, checklists, test methods, working instructions, technical transfer, electronic and hard copy of quality records, validation documents. So, what are the documents? What are the record? Record, like provide background evidence. Document, it shows learning and knowledge. So I already told that what you should not use pencil. These are already covered. Clearly written documentation. Legible handwriting. Record must be permanent. So what are the mentioned ID? These and all happened recently in FDA inspection. So in FDA inspection, one of the company, your site GDP process should describe the types of workbooks, notebooks that may be used. Typically, these are hard covered with stone, sturdy, binding, avoid spiral bound workbooks or logbook as pages may be removed. So spiral binding of like we should not use in quality aspects. In an emergency, if no official means to record an observation like Initial date and provide a comment on the paper of the observation attached to the official hard copy record as soon as possible. How to implement good documentation practice? See, if this is the document, like I make from one of my PowerPoint. So if this is the case, if an auditor is seeing what is there, it is very difficult to see what is there, what he has written, whether what he has written first, whether it's applicable, not applicable, no comment, nothing. Yes, since some kichidi work. Here it is okay, what they are mentioning. Here see how they are doing water. So this is the record like that is an example. So here they have written a justification. 21 incorrect expiry assigned. Like this is a justification. Actually 20 August he written. Actually it is has to be 21 August. So then he signed and date. For recording numbers, I told decimal number. You should not do 0.98 like if it is 2.70, it has to be 2.70. You should not mention 2.7. And one more thing, date format I told. This is a date format. And time format must be a railway time format. And rounding also it has to be their own SOPs. And zero must be there in all. People say zero doesn't have any value. It has some values actually. Dealing with attachment to thermal paper, what we have to do, we should not do actually tape and all, and we should not do stapler in industry, because stapler means it is easily to remove actually paper clip. Scan document also, what we have to do, the PDF if we are doing from the environment, GMP environment, it has some storage folder and it has some company policy must be there. For archival and all companies has their own policy with respect to PDF. Access to PDF and MS versions to GMP environment is negligible. Actually, they should not use any PDF and MS Word documents, because, for example, if a chromatogram is there, they can edit whatever they want. This is a communication style, consistent styles, template. Like, see, this is an example. I want to show this one of the document. Problem to watch. What we have mentioned, we don't know what he has written stories. This is one of the FDA's inspection in one of the company. You performed SCRRS by HPLC on Jan 23 to the sample failure specification limit with the result. This failing result was not documented or recorded. So what happened? He has not written the failure documentation in any document which breaches GMP, and he has given the observations. These and all not like, do not write on raw material containers, cardboard pieces, gloves, scraps, sticks. Even in some school days, we will write in hands. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. That also not allowed in industry. The example. So see, I have taken from industry. Reviewed. It shows not found okay. Actually, it is reviewed unfound okay. So person's handwriting is like that. Standardization record. Reviewed unfound okay, not found okay, which is correct. Actually, reviewed unfound okay is correct. He has not written properly. So some these and all data integrity, because temperature and all, if you are already fixed, it is there. You should not do 74.3 to 75.1. Some other person justification also there. Nothing is it. This is one of the PPCR record. This is one of the reference. 2% done the activity, but no signature and date. So these are the records. Your employee did not complete batch record and control records immediately after active circle. When QA reviewers noticed missing entry in the batch record, they made a list of all the missing items on separate uncontrolled piece of paper that were provided to the production manager. Data were later entered into the CGMP documents after operations had already entered as they had been entered at the time of operation. So it means what happened? An FD inspector asked where is the data? He told that data not there. When QA person told that we given a list of missing entries, those data so far they have not corrected like that. Another example by FDA inspector in 2014 November 17, 8 production records that had blank entries for weights of material used for production checked by sign, accessory used, in-house batch numbers, quantity added, and product labeling of for all materials rights all are incomplete. So breaching the GMP. Missing information was recorded on uncontrolled. These and all FDA inspectors observations. Uncontrolled sheet of paper instead of in your official records. Your staff told us that they write on sheets of paper to make management aware of missing data in the batch record. So he is writing some another data. He is making another data which is not correct. So the major three golden rules on paper documentation by regulators: if it is not written down, it did not happen. If it is not written down correctly, it did not happen either. Don't forget the above two. Thank you. Any other questions?
Chari, actually, it was a very good detailed presentation on documentation. First time I'm myself seeing, though we have taken a lot of classes for our students on documentation of different aspects, because in analytical, that is one of the important chapter. Actually, we have taken UG as well as PG students in different areas, but not in a whole, we have summarized the whole documentation procedure. So in that way, it is very good, and everyone will be knowing the exact procedure what is there, and he also showed a best example and the worst examples that will also have a idea to the viewers which should be followed and which should not be followed. So all these are there, and not you should not use stapler as a new thing to me, because I am not here, because we are not in the industry. So using a stapler is not a advisable thing in the industry. So all these things are very good, and detailed information on each and every aspect of your documentation, starting from batch manufacturing records to other records. I have one small question: is in case everyone is because every company want to be perfect and they want to hold the FDA license and they want to face a very good inspection, so they maintain a proper documentation. But in case if any document they lose by mistake or due to some other reasons, they what will be the back source they, or the database back they can produce this? Is there any such kind of thing is there?
Your voice is breaking, sir. Could you repeat?
No, my question is, in case if any company loses the data by mistake, how they will recover the data?
I mean, if you are saying paper or paperless, sir?
Anything.
If paperless means electronic record they have. If paper means very difficult to retrieve actually. Until otherwise they have some strong evidence with respect to the document. Like, for example, if a data generated using software, they can retrieve, but the weight prints, other activities, when they perform, what they perform, it is very difficult to trace, and it goes to import license. I mean, which is observation they will give and they will work it out.
Okay, it is mandated to maintain both the paperless and with the paper, or anyone is enough? No, the documentation, it is whether it is mandated to maintain both paperless and with paper.
Yes. It is mandatory. Even if paper means they will make a scan and they will keep in their like database. IT person is the whole and sole responsible as an administration. It has to be the thing is in industry all the document has been stored for paper for 7 years. Then they will shred. Like 2020, 2013, 12 document also we have here actually. Lively.
Okay, now Satish sir will be asking few questions, then we'll wind up the session because it's almost 1 hour now. And because the detailed presentation, I think the audience will be very clear at the presentation. So Satish sir will be having 1 or 2 questions on this. Let him ask, then we'll wind up the session.
Yeah, Chari, I have a question regarding if this quality assurance is a department which works by collecting the document from or data from different departments, for example, from R&D to production to quality control, from all the departments, you have to receive the documents. See, if some departments, if they want to make some alterations, what will be the operating procedure that you use? For example, they had made an error in quality control, and later they found out. And how this correction procedure has to be carried out normally without any default.
So what they will do, they will form a detailed investigation team actually. That investigation team, initially what happened, whether they reviewed the document in while doing the error, what error exactly it is, whether it's impact to the product. If it is impact to the product, means what they have to do, they have to recall the procedure also. That is called product recall, they will say in industry, which leads to they will tell the customer or client to hold the product which is there in the market, and detailed investigation shall be performed. If it leads to product quality, any impact to the product quality, next day an FDA inspector will come and will visit.
So in case it is a minor error, it is not going to produce any impact onto the product, and it is a minor error. In such case, what will be how the procedure will be carried out
So,
after investigation?
so what they have to do, they have to do the adequacy of training. What happened, any issue with the training or exact manual error, anything is there, like other aspect, whether they follow the procedure or practice, or the reviewer itself failed to do what they will do, they will make an assessment like interview with the person who was there doing the exact activity, what happened exactly. So these many data they will check. Finally, they will do this called corrective action and preventive action. So corrective action means the corrections they will do. Preventive action means if suppose the person did like intentionally, means according to data integrity policy, they will terminate the person, because you are doing a purpose. You are leading a like 6,000 crores company. Because of one person issue, it should not lose a company's name. So now companies is doing all data integrity policy. The first line is termination of an employee if they are doing intentionally a mistake. It is the word mentioned in the all the companies.
Okay. Now I have a small question over this. That is, if a student studying a MPharm PG program in an institution, if he wishes to join in documentation of an industry, this domain if he want to select, in what areas he have to concentrate and how he must be prepared himself or herself to join in this domain?
So you are saying a quality assurance guy, a person
Yeah,
want to join
if a student studied MPharm analysis or MPharm quality assurance, or if he wishes or
pharmaceutics also.
okay,
That's what.
whatever may be the department specialization, if he or she wishes to join in an industry under documentation domain, what way he or she should be prepared, what areas they should concentrate?
Nowadays it's all good documentation practice and data integrity only. He has to follow those procedures, means it shows that the industry who's the interviewer or whether the head of the department of the particular department will have a satisfaction of self motivation that we can select this guy because he knows the subject well. Because it's all practicals actually. If you are like, for example, today is date 16 August, I did some mistake, I have to say, oh, this is 16, it's not 15. Like the mind should be there actually. So he has to be strong in documentation with respect to good documentation practice and data integrity. So nowadays in all the internets web pages you have that data integrity FDA guideline have, MHRA also guideline have. Now PICS, which is called pharmaceutical industry, that also guideline have. So these are the guidelines which shows data integrity. Even Ankur Chaudhary, a person, famous guy, pharma guidelines, he is having lot of guideline with respect to industries, and he is also a professor, I think. I forgot his qualification. He's having this knowledge based, what are the things to be filled, what should be self prepared for a quality assurance.
Very good. So I think
So
that the student can go through these sort of documents, sorts of guidelines before going for an interview, so that he or she will be getting selected. The chance will be more. Okay, over to Dr. Shanmusundaram.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful evening to discuss about in detail about the documentation. So the presentation was a very neat and vast presentation, actually, starting from basics to the end. So I think the viewers and audience will be very clear about it. And the success of this show is actually, though the viewers watch live or not, they watch repeatedly in the non-live mode, actually. So because many may not be available on the live mode, but they'll be watching on the interested topics on the future, because every show is getting 500 to 600 views within 3 to 4 days of time. So that is the success of this show. And to clarify the concept of M-Form, initially it was told by Chari. Actually, Chari has misrepresented that. Actually, in those days, actually the M-Form was for a 2 days program. It's a non-semester program. Now only the M-Form is semester program. In those days in India University, the M-Form is a non-semester program, and first year they will be having 4 papers. One will be the common paper, that is analysis for all branches, and 3 will be the branch specialization papers. And second year onwards, there will be an option to either continue the research industry or continue within the host institution with the guide. And we can also have a guide and a co-guide with the guide will be from the institution and the co-guide will be from the industry aspect. So in that way, actually that was a very good thing that both the students will be doing 2 or 3 months in the institution academic part review and everything, and they'll be having a direct exposure to the industry in whatever branch, not only in analysis, in all branches. So chemistry analysis, and the industry has also showed a very good face for the students, that they take the students and just like an internship, they give a small, actually they train them in different instrumentation, formulations and other areas, and what they do is they give a minor project from the major project, because they cannot give, because the company cannot give the full set of projects or data to the student. Out of the major project, they will be giving a minor project to the student, and that data is only they will be able to produce. And all those things they used to already say in their documentation when they take in the student, what will be the data given back to the student, what type of publication they do, and in publication also we also give a mutual consent, that is both the guide, internal guide as well as external guide.
Yeah,
as the system was there in the olden times.
Yes, one more point I want to add to this. Some industries are giving a stipend during this period. It is a very good thing for the students to earn while learning, because when they are doing their second year and particularly the 4th semester, what is in the semester system, they are able to get some money for at least for their small expenses, study expenses. They could meet out from this stipend. Some industries are also giving stipend for this, that I want to add.
Yeah, and another to this current scenario, though now the M-Form system has been made as a semester pattern by PCA in all the things still, and in the new system also PCA is giving an opportunity that in the 3rd semester itself the student can get collaborated with any industry, and they have to do a project, because hands-on training is more important, and more current syllabus also is like that, because PCA has come with the standardized syllabus for all B-Form, M-Form, Form D programs throughout the country. The same syllabus has to be followed, and all the institutions are following the same syllabus. And though there may be slight 5% variation based on their conduct of examination and other part, but the syllabus cannot be changed. Every student will be taught the same syllabus, and 3rd semester itself they will be allotted with the projects, and they'll be going for different industries. And now the ACT also is giving internships programs to the students. They also encourage the student to go to industry and take up the internship programs during their career. So because everything is internship based and industry based nowadays, and the students should be industry ready. That is the concept. That is the concept they say. Whether it's a B-Form student or a Form D student or a M-Form student, they should be industry ready or hospital ready, or so they should be not only sticking onto the syllabus, they should be having a practical, they should have a practical exposure of the content. That is what it is meant. And in Wales also we follow the same, we have a tie-ups with the different companies, and they have a MOUs. Similarly, all the institutions in India, and the AC is also requesting tie-ups with the companies. ACT is telling to have a minimum MOUs with 5 companies and try to send the students. And ACT also gives a list of companies where the students can take their internship. Similarly, PCA also stresses on that particular aspect. So all the regulatory bodies, including NAC and other authorities, also they give preference and weightage to all this type of collaborative works and different industrial MOUs, industry interactions. So industry interaction is a very good part actually, and they have a separate marks in NAC and NBA documents also. So these are the concepts actually. So because of that, now the students are getting more exposure to the industry compared to the olden times. In olden times only they are only sticking on the practicals and minimum exposure to the industry, but nowadays 75%, 80% of the students are getting maximum exposure to the industry rather than the only sticking on the academic institute. Because PG courses are designed in such a way, very well designed by PC in such a way that 1 year they can have a proper academic study, and next year onwards they can focus on the industry on the particular branch. It may be Sutix or analysis or chemistry, whatever cognizy, any branch, they can go to the respective industries and take up the studies. So it's anyhow wonderful, nice evening talking with Rajagopalachari. He's also alumni from Wales. He has a very long journey, as he told, 17 years of journey in Wales, from starting with B Farm, M Farm, and currently he's a part-timer doing his PhD because he's working in Syngene company, and he's almost 3 years completed, 1 year to complete his part-time. He has published a very good paper also, and he's going to do another publication part. Almost he has completed 3 years, and next 6 months he'll be submitting his synopsis, and he'll be going through. All the best to him for that particular journey also. And still he may be associated with other activities of Wales, and being an alumni, he's also giving a peer-to-peer learning to our students. All these are very much good and very helpful in happening. So I think Dr. Satish can conclude this wonderful session with his concluding remarks.
Yeah, we have a very beautiful presentation by Rajagopalachari, and as you told, it's from scratch to the topmost thing, whatever the troubleshoots, everything he explained very well. It's very amazing, and the students and as well as the professionals will be very much enlightened with this talk. And another one important thing I want to say regarding this current situation is we have a lot of exposure to industry for students now. In olden days, if a student is taken to industry, means only that is for an industrial visit. Only very few institutions have this practice school session and all. In olden days, I heard that BITS Pilani is having an practice school session in the final year or the third year during their vacation. So it was a beautiful thing. I wondered that how beautifully the students are exposed to the industry even in the third year, after completion of third year of B.Pharm. But now, thanks to the Pharmacy Council of India and its president, they had made a lot of changes in the syllabus, and even in the B.Pharm, they are having a practice school session, and which helps a lot of things, which will help the students to get a lot of information and exposure from the industry directly at the first hand, so that now the students are very much exposed to the industry and they are getting industry ready. In that aspect, the students are very lucky nowadays, and they should also be very much using this things, because in the old students may not get such type of opportunities to get exposed to the industry, but now the current students who are studying in B.Pharm or M.Pharm, they're having a lot of exposure to the industry, and they're getting an opportunity to interact with the people who are working there, and what sort of problems they are facing, what are the problems in different aspects, particularly in documentation, what is the problem, in R&D, what are the problems available. So they are getting an opportunity to take up this problem and find a solution for them during their PhD or future research aspects. So I appeal to all the students, they should utilize these opportunities available for them and make it very useful. And that's my concluding remark. Thank you. Over to Lakshmi.
Yeah, thank you one and all. It's a very good evening, and the Pharma Duo signing off for this Sunday. Let us meet on next Sunday with another interesting guest and an interesting topic. Thank you, Mr. Chari, for spending your time with us. Let us meet on another occasion. Yeah,
I have to thank both of you. Thank you for inviting me this one. Thank you.
Yeah, the Pharma Duos are signing off for tonight. Tata, bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye.